Hi guys, it's Angie with Fun Endeavors Tie-Dye Lab. Today I'm going to make a double diamond diagonal ice dye shirt. I'm making designs similar to this one, but this time I'm going to make a diamond instead of just a regular fan fold. So I'm going to begin by folding one corner of the shirt up past the opposite shoulder of the shirt. Sort of folding the shirt in half diagonally, but it's not an even fold, so it doesn't split the shirt diagonally exactly in half. Then using a washable marker, I'm going to draw a line from the corner that I folded up back down to that seam that I made in the shirt. Now I'm going to pinch this line and I'm going to fold the shirt in half. Then using a straight edge and a washable marker, I need to draw myself a diagonal line on the shirt, and this is the line that I'm going to use to do the accordion folds. I'm going to start at one end of the line and I'm going to accordion fold this line, and then I'm going to hold these folds in place with some kite string. Once I have the initial line tied, I'm going to straighten the folds going out toward the center of the diamond, and then the rest of the shirt I'm going to continue with the accordion folds. I'm going to use some little clips which are used for quilting, and that will help me keep my folds nice and clean as I continue to fold the shirt. I have a link to these clips down below this video in the description. Once I had the entire shirt folded, I went ahead and placed it aside for a few days, and by the time I came back to it, it was completely dry. Dharma released some new Valentine's Day Muck dyes, and I'm going to use one of those dyes on this shirt. I'm using Sure Thing, and these Muck dyes are ones that can't be replicated, so if you didn't happen to get these when they were offered for sale, then they're probably not available any longer. You can substitute it though for another color, and one of my suggestions would be something like Sage Green from Dharma. It's not exactly the same color, but I do think it would look really pretty with the other colors that I'm using on this shirt. For my setup, I've placed the shirt on a long metal rack and placed the rack over the top of a long plastic tote. I'm making myself an ice barrier using some silicone cake molds and attaching them together, then pushing them up toward the edge of the shirt and holding them close to the edge of the shirt by attaching some wooden clothespins to the metal rack. Then, because the shirt is completely dry, I have some soda ash solution inside of a plastic squirt bottle, and I'm going to lightly spray the top of the shirt so that the dye will stick a little bit better. So for this shirt, I'm highlighting the Sure Thing, which is the Muck dye from Dharma Trading Company. But I'm also going to use chamois, fatigue green, and khaki on this shirt. Fatigue green is one of the special order colors from Dharma. You can still purchase that from Dharma, but you have to buy a large quantity. However, if you'd like to buy that color in a smaller quantity, it's usually available in a Facebook group called Tie-Dye Supplies Marketplace. And I've left a link to that Facebook group down below this video in the description. People purchase the large quantities and then they repackage them to sell in smaller quantities. So when you're looking at the shirt, over on the left-hand side of the screen is the diamond area that I initially folded. That's where I'm going to apply the Sure Thing. Then I'm going to make 2 sections of each of the other colors in this order. I'm using chamois, fatigue green, and khaki. I'm ultimately going to incline this shirt, and the diamond portion of the shirt is going to be at the top of the incline. Now I'm going to add an additional sprinkle of dry soda ash over the top of the dye and add on a layer of ice. Then to incline this shirt, I'm going to take one end of this metal rack, place it down inside of the tote, and that's going to incline the shirt. After the first layer of ice melted, I came back and noticed some undissolved dye left sitting on top, so I added a second layer of ice. After the second layer of ice melted, I took this shirt off of the rack and placed it down inside of a container that had a metal rack down in the bottom, placed the shirt on top of the metal rack, and then I placed the lid on top of that tote and allowed the shirt to process for about 48 hours before I began rinsing it. As you can see, there's still just a little bit of undissolved dye left sitting on top, but the color's gone through really well to the back side of the shirt. So I started rinsing the shirt in cold water to rinse out the soda ash. Then I untied the shirt and I warmed the water up to hot and continued rinsing in hot water to rinse out the excess dye that didn't bond with the fabric. I don't like to rinse for a long time. Instead, I prefer to go ahead and soak the shirts. So I ran some really hot water in my utility sink, added a little bit of Blue Dawn dish soap to the water, placed the shirt inside, and I allowed it to soak. When the water cooled off, I changed it out and I continued that soaking process until my water was remaining almost clear. Then I placed the shirt along with some Dharma's professional textile detergent into my washing machine and I washed it using a hot water cycle. Okay, so the shirt has been washed, dried, and ironed, and let's see what it looks like. Okay, so what do you guys think? I think this one is really cool. This is the first time that I've done the diamond shape up in the shoulder and down on the hem. Normally, I just do a traditional fan fold, and I love that design. So I thought, well, let's experiment and try a little something different. And I think it turned out really cool. I like the shore thing. First off, that was the intention, is to try out this color, see what it looks like. And I think it's a really cool color. I like the kind of grayish blue split that's coming out of it. The lighter color that you're seeing is the chamois that I put right up next to that color. So they're kind of blending together, which I think makes a nice effect. Then the darker color that you're seeing right on the outside is the fatigue green, followed by the khaki. And I think all these colors blend really well together. That's why if you don't happen to have shore thing, I think if you use a really cool color splitting green, it would look pretty, like sage or avocado. Any of those I think would look nice on this shirt. As far as the design goes, I do really like the design. I mean, I love this design when I do it as just a traditional fan fold. I like the way the dye moves and it just flows down the shirt at that incline. And I like the diamond shape. I think it's something new and interesting to look at. So I really love this shirt. I think it's really pretty. I love the shore thing. I think it's a really pretty color. And if you happen to get it, then this kind of gives you an idea of what it looks like. But what do you guys think? Do you like the shirt? Do you like this design? Drop me some comments down below and let me know. And if you've enjoyed watching the video, I sure would appreciate it if you would like it and if you'd subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you'll hit the bell, you'll receive a notification whenever I upload a new video. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a great day.